Considering the fact that you can keep idle mentions going forever, does that mean that Knuckles technically hold the world record for fastest push-ups ever? Nah, what am I kidding? Anyways. Hello guys, what is up? I am the Epina from 121 and welcome to episode 9 of my playthrough of Sonic Adventure 3 for the Game Boy Advance. Last time, we unlocked Amy. We finished Toy Kingdom when we got through one of the worst bosses in the game. In this episode, Twinkle Snow, and how ironic I went from the worst combination to the worst boss to what I considered when I was young, the worst zone in the game. Let's just say I wasn't the biggest fan of water, and that is why I said Twinkle Snow was the worst. But my opinion has changed for the better, and you'll see why in a moment. If you guys are hyped for more Sonic Adventure 3 here on the channel, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content if you're new, and ring that bell to get notified anytime I load on the channel. Last episode on the card, top right. And as you can see, there's Amy's animation when she's your partner. Anyways, I'm playing with Knuckles and Amy, and not an orthodox combination, but in my opinion, one of the best combinations around. While you partner with Amy, I'd like to point out that you have to develop the Amy play style if you played Sonic 1, and that is you don't spin jump. You have to press the B button in mid-air in order to do like a spin in mid-air. Pressing the B button replaces your normal attack with a hammer attack. However, here's a cool thing you can do. Watch this. By gliding and pressing the button towards the wall, and then pressing and mashing the A button, that is a wall spin dash exclusive to Amy and Knuckles and Amy's combination. Right here, other things to note is that by pressing down, look at that. He actually does his animation that he did back when he first met us back in Sunset Hill. He just basically does a dive down. No other actions or directions seem to do anything else. He can swim, and as you can tell, his glide is the normal glide. And there's actually a funny story about that, and that is, when I first played this game and I looked at Knuckles' glide, I always thought that the double jump was the normal way that Knuckles glide, and I was not used to the usual way he glide, and that was this way. Until a lot later when I finally played Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I was like, oh, that's why he doesn't do a double jump. And if you wonder what Amy's partner action is, he shoots you up super high, like that. And in mid-air, he does the same thing, except that the height you get is a little bit lower. I'm going to say it's about 70% less. I say 70% of the height you usually will get on the ground. So compared to Tails' action, Amy's partner action is the same, and in mid-air, he basically just takes only lifts you up a bit. So that's the difference between Amy's partner action and Tails' partner action, even though they're exactly the same. Anyways, with that said, let's move on to Act 1. And heads up, this will only be a silver run because honestly, I've found zero ways of being able to finish getting all 4 Chao, and yes, I just say 4 Chao in this act and getting the gold medal. I found it impossible, so I'm just gonna go casually getting these Chao instead. And right again, we have some pretty awkward platform right here. You can see I don't even reach right here. This currently, unless I hit it in a certain way. Hang on, let me get some momentum. Not even enough momentum, look at that. Ridiculous. But let me just glide real quick and go up here. Actually, wait. Right down here, and boom. There's our first Chao. I was actually kind of lost on where I wanted to go, but that's where I want to go. And right here, I need to go down a bit. This platform down. And right here, you can, here. For this enemy. You can see I can still do the spin dash, so it's not like when I partner with Amy, I lose all ability to spin. Don't worry. You can still spin your way to victory. Also, I don't want to get on that. There we go. And now I want to fly back, because I believe... And this is where you can get a lot of height with this. It's kind of ridiculous. And I want to glide to this side with the bumper. Right up this platform. Up. Well, that's a fail. But I have Amy with me. You can say that Amy is basically like Tails, except you have to adapt his play system, and voila! Our third child of the act. Take this right launcher and... we got ourselves a third child. Roll down here, and we're just gonna continue, follow the contours of this level. Don't have to worry about anything right here. Now right here, this in my opinion is the worst launcher in the game. Why I say that? Because it launches you in directly at an enemy with no hope of being able to avoid it. It's kind of stupid. Like, I tried any way to try and avoid that, and honestly, I found actually no way you could avoid that enemy. It's kind of ridiculous. And that right there is the fourth and final child of the act. Now let's just ride our way home right here. Right here we have some very awkward placed spikes in a very jerkish location, to say the least. I mean, come on, you're gonna launch yourselves out like with this contraption, which is a new mechanic to this game, and then all of a sudden you get hit by spikes? Come on. Absolutely worse. Also, by the number of hits I'm taking in this level, you can tell that I'm not used to the Amy style of gameplay. I grew up with Sonic Advance 3, but not Sonic Advance 1. And even though Amy was a playable character in Sonic Advance 3, I never actually played with Amy when I first played Sonic Advance 1. It was just a character I didn't even consider at all throughout my time playing that game. So that's why I was not used to the gameplay that, the playstyle that Amy proposes, basically. And when I first actually played with Amy, like in terms of getting like combinations, I honestly felt her super awkward. And I think many people who can solace with me about that because of just how weird he controls, and the fact that you do not actually get a chance to, well, spin dash, which you're so used to when you play as Sonic so much throughout the game. Which, I don't know, would that be considered another nick about this game? We'll let to hear your opinions about that opinion, but it's just one of those things where, because of how much I've been playing as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, Amy's playstyle all of a sudden just becomes so alien to me, to where I was so discouraged to play as Amy. So that was just my story of why I said Amy is one of my least favorite characters when I was playing this game, but honestly, I've opened up to her a bit more the more I play this game, just because it's just a unique way to play, and I shouldn't be discounting that by any means. And that's how you can get up from a lower area, which is why I like Knuckles' spin dash up a wall. It's so cool. No pun intended with the area that we're in. Anyways, Twinkle Snow Act 2. And around the game, I'm gonna launch myself up here to get myself a shield, and watch this. Oh, wait. Hello, Chao. And that's why I wanted to pause. That area actually would be obtainable a little bit later, as you'll see as I get onto some very jerkily placed spikes. Again, level design. Why are you so bad? And right here, we can break this block like it's nothing. Do you know you need a power character in order to break that? Oh boy. That's how you can recover Knuckles. I like it. Chao, tree, Chao left. Knuckles and Amy don't have a partner action together. We press the R button, so don't bank on it. Right here, just gonna launch up, and... much faster by taking the card, in my opinion. Whoa, hang on. Fall down here. And make sure you don't fall into the bottomless pit down there. And right here. Oh boy, this is actually bad. I need to climb up here as soon as possible and not drown. There we go. And with Knuckles' float, you can get up here to get this last child of the act. As you can tell, those spikes are kind of Sonic and Knuckles-like, where they added basically those spikes so that you can get used to Knuckles' game, like, style of play, which I kind of like. It's almost like a homage to that game, so to speak. Launch me up there, Amy. Thank you very much. Now, right here, I'll just say this right now. This was actually the act I got stuck in for many months. And for one reason and one reason only. What is to come in this particular act? Oh, actually, I'm gonna throw down here. So right here, we're gonna approach a railing that we're gonna grind. And right here, some water. And then we're stuck by a wall and some speed shoes right here. I'm not gonna grab those, actually. What you're supposed to do is drop down here, avoid that enemy, and just carry on into the water. But, as I've said before, I hated the water section in Sonic games, so honestly I was so afraid to even enter there. And even though I tried a couple of times to try and get to that, and even though there's clearly some bubbles I can take advantage of to keep myself alive, I just hated it, and I was so afraid of going to the water section that I was pretty much just terrified and didn't even bother trying to go inside the water. And every time I go inside there, I actually get lost and so afraid to lose my air whenever I get a bubble like that. Little did I realize that actually the amount of time they give you with the bubble is actually kind of forgiving, so it's not as bad. And then you have this very long card section where it will waste up a lot of time. And then right here, this is the worst part. Anywhere there to stun you if you, well, hit to the right side. And because of how high you fall when you get hit at that by enemy, you basically waste a lot of time, and you often find yourselves losing all your air and dying because of that. That was why I hated this level so much. I didn't even bother trying to complete it. Because A, I was scared of water, and B, that last section is a jerk. So yeah, with all that said, that was why I was stuck with this particular act for a long time in my life. Until about 2014, when I finally managed to go through it and I unlocked the next zone. But even then, I still have more troubles, as you'll see later in this playthrough. Anyways, with all that said and done, that is both the first two acts in Twinkle Snow and the Defeat All Enemies minigame for this zone. With that, it's now time for us to gotta go fast. Our first act, Twinkle Snow, is what you think, Sonic and Tails, right? Now, here's the funny thing. I initially had a video ready up until I decided to experiment on a certain section of the act, which ended up working like a charm. I actually had 59.4 seconds, which was the very first time I managed to finish this zone in act in less than a minute. But with the extra time I took, I realized you could even do it faster. Right here, I'm actually going to lose my speed right here and take this rail. I'm just going to take some slow-moving platforms. Right, it's not that bad. Take the railing on top, jump up there, and then skip this speed booster to take this. Right here, up R action to gain some momentum without losing speed. Jump here so you don't lose momentum either. Partner action to avoid this slow-moving platform. And right here, I'll just say right now, take this platform. I tried using Tails' action on that particular platform, and it honestly does not reach up there. So right here, honestly, just avoid all the cards. And as you saw from how I use the cards, jump out of them, spin dash. This is way faster than taking the card by itself. And my final time, 53.2 seconds. I shaved off 6 seconds with that new shortcut that I took, which is why I decided to re-record the entire thing by itself. On to Act 2, as you can see, I accidentally almost go out of the, almost go back to the zone, which was not what I wanted to do. But yeah, on to Act 2 in this case, and we're gonna see some pretty nice usage of Tails' action once again, as you'll see in due time. Right here, right at the gate, I did the same action which I did to get the first Chao. Right here, I'm going to spin dash to get to that enemy. Right here, I'm going to use Tails action again because I want to avoid that slow-moving platform again. Right here, we're going to have back-to-back cards that I completely skip and go faster than by spin dashing on the track. Trust me, that is a very nice strat on these things. Right here, I'm going to skip a bit of the level as well by using Tails' partner action in the air to jump up. Right here, that snowman's a jerk. Don't hold the right button is my only advice. Because honestly, not holding the right button, I honestly jumped up without any problems. Right here, I'm going to take that bumper and jump up here. And we'll let the level guide you right here. Right here, we're going to be blocked by a platform. Just be careful about snowball. Right here, I'm just going to fall down. And honestly, I had made a mistake doing the up action. I thought I could reach there. So instead, I'm just going to use Tails' action on its own, jump down here, and you can see I'm already at that water section that I was so afraid of when I was young in just a minute. So you can see that we're going to save quite a bit of time here. Right here, I'm going to jump once again to avoid the spikes that's going to lose my momentum. And here, your aim for this water section is to only use one air bubble. So I'm going to use the air bubble right here. That launcher, you can just hold down the left down button very... not that long, because honestly, it doesn't take that long for you to charge. And right here, Tails is actually avoid that totally long, tall section. Trust me, that will also save you in case you get stuck with the timer right here. And right there, 1 minute 38 seconds is my final time for this particular act. Honestly, for a zone that I hated so much, speedrunning these acts was honestly a fun thing to do, and I really enjoyed it. And with that, that's gonna be it for today's episode of Sonic Advance 3. Next time, we're gonna finish up Twinkle Snow, and we'll be heading to probably one of the hardest, yet honestly one of the most enjoyable bosses in Sonic Advance 3. Oh, by the way, let me know in the comments below, did you enjoy the new moving background that I implemented? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, but remember, the adrenaline rush is real. This is the App121 signing out, and I'll catch you guys on episode 10 of my playthrough of Sonic Advance 3. Peace!